Alright, problem 1C. Again, we want to find the sum of this series. Now, our first step in doing that is to ask ourselves, well, is this geometric, or is it arithmetic, or is it neither? And if so, how am I going to find that sum? Well, luckily, this one is arithmetic. It's of the form a sub n equals a sub 1, our first term, plus d, our common difference, times n minus 1. So recognize then in this case we're saying a sub 1, our first term, is negative 10, and d, our common difference, is negative 2. And remember that to find the partial sum of an arithmetic sequence, this is what Gauss figured out for us when he had to add up the first 100 integers. We discovered that the formula was s sub n, the partial sum, is equal to n, the number of terms, divided by 2, times the sum of our first term, a sub 1, and our last term, a sub n. So remember in Gauss's problem, he was adding up the first 100 integers. So we had 100 over 2 times 1 plus 100, and then it was really awesome. So we're doing the same exact thing, we just have different values. So let's plug in our values. Notice, if you look, ooh, I just spit all over my iPad. Sorry. So notice we're going from n equals 1 up to n equals 11. So the 11th term will be our last term. We need to figure out what that is. We want to know what is a sub 11. And to figure that out, we just substitute it into our general equation there. Negative 10 minus 2 times n is 11 minus 1. So we have a sub 11 equals negative 10 minus 2 times 10, and so we get a sub 11 equals, sorry, I pressed the new page button. A sub 11 equals negative 10 minus 20, which is indeed negative 30. So now let's substitute all our values into that equation to get s sub 11. The 11th partial sum is equal to the number of terms, which is 11, divided by 2 times our first term, which is negative 10, plus our last term, which is negative 30. Let's simplify this. 11 over 2 times negative 10 plus negative 30. So negative 10 minus 30 is negative 40. And let's simplify this some more. Negative 40 divided by 2 is negative 20. So we have 11 times negative 20. And that is going to be negative 220, negative 220 for the 11th partial sum.